everybody. I have a new project in mind. I'm gonna try to teach people Figma by actually having students or people who are struggling with some topic like on a call, and we're gonna do on an like actual fix or learning on a project, existing one. So it's not like tutorial video. My promise is that I will teach my students whatever they're struggling with. So to get it started, this is a pilot episode. Hello, can you, let's meet properly. My name is Antonia. You are?
Hi, my name is Kate.
That's really nice, Kate. Super happy that you messaged me so fast yesterday on LinkedIn. I thought that it will take days to find somebody who is willing to do this, but you were there just like, yes, I'm going to do that. So the topic of the day is auto layout. And you said that you don't really know like what options mean when you have auto layout.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so first to kick off, so you never used auto layout, or
I do use it, so I apply it to the elements, but then in regards of those settings, what they actually mean, how does it work, I try to touch them, play around, but then I don't really have knowledge about like the whole picture.
Okay, let me fire up a couple of helper apps that will be useful for people following this. Where is my Cursor Pro? Enable. Okay, now everyone will see what I am pressing. Oh, wow. Okay. On video, you will see as well, like now we have my shortcuts and everything also displaying on the screen, and also the cursor that will be visible in video. Unfortunately, not for you just yet. But okay, so what we have over here is auto layout. And let's go. I will just like give a quick intro to auto layout and what it is, and then we will check these settings, because just looking at buttons might not be so beneficiary for you. So auto layout, that's like basically flex. That's something that developers call flex in web development. Are you accustomed to any type of development in your work?
Yes.
Okay, do you know front end?
A little bit, like HTML, CSS basics.
Perfect, but that's amazing. So have you ever used display flex in your CSS?
No.
No, okay. Well, it's so back in the day when we were making websites, we were doing display, and then we would like left it, center it, or right it. You know, it was really hard to make super cool designs without crying your eyes out and cursing a lot. But then over the years, this display property got new features. It's not new. It's actually around for quite a long time, but it's called flex. What it means is it will stack items in rows or columns. So by default, it will stack items, I believe it's a row, yeah? So if you have, let's say, I will make a rectangle over here in Figma. So if you have like your rectangles, like this, and you want to, you know, have this responsiveness out of the box, you don't want to go like, okay, now I want to, you know, change the size for every, like nobody wants to do that in 2025, right? So this is basically what Figma took from development world, and then they called it flex. Just a second. I clicked on the wrong button on my computer. So because we want to stay responsive, we will use this auto layout by either clicking over here, use auto layout, or I really love my shortcuts. So I always select items that I want to wrap into a container that will be responsive and that will do some magic for my children in that wrapper. Shift A. It's super simple. It's as I would press here. Okay, so as you can see, like now it's in a wrapper, has some silly name, and on the left side you can see this icon. That means auto layout, because regular frame has like this hash symbol over here. I'm now pointing with my cursor on the left side. You can see that this side, maybe it's confusing. But yeah, if you look at the layers, you will see that Frame64 has like some blocks, like, and Profile has like this hash. So basically this is how Figma differentiates icons between a frame that has auto layout and just a frame. Okay, so to go back a little bit into a world of development. So Figma took basically this simple display property flex. It does it's designers, they don't need to know what it really means. It just means that now you can have a container where you can stack your items. So you have parent container and you have children items over here, and as long as they are wrapped in that container, this container has magic powers, and these magic powers are just a few settings, like 1, 2, 3 settings that you can use to manipulate like these children in any way you want. So it's basically like parent-child paradigm. Parent is telling children what to do, right? So this parent container can say to children, you can stack horizontally. You can stack vertically. You may not wrap in a next row. You may wrap in a new row. This is spacing between every child. Like if it's a row, then horizontal spacing. If it's vertical, this is vertical spacing. So basically gaps are this. So you can tell that also to your children. And also, there is also alignment. Figma made it actually quite easy. So basically, on the right side, on auto layout, there is alignment with 9 dots. And basically, depending where you click, if you have a parent that's bigger than whatever space children need, then you will see the difference. Let me show you that first. Let's check the alignment, and then we will go through other settings. So we have this, let's call it parent. Am I gonna get cancelled for using parent-child paradigm here? Hope not. Okay, so basically, right now, do you see on the right side in auto layout section something that's called alignment, and then like 9 dots? So you need to select the parent. I will deselect so you can select.
Actually, those buttons are not available for me.
Yeah, because you're not the editor. Right. Okay, let's fix this real quick. I will actually share my screen with you. I think it's gonna be easier. I'm not sure how that's gonna look on this recording, but let's hope for the best. It can be a little bit ratchet for the first time. Where do you share things on Zoom? Sure. Allow, Figma, share. All right. Cool.
Now I see.
Okay, it's gonna be easier for you to follow like this. For the next time, I need to figure out better setup for myself. Let's put this Zoom thing here. Soon I will start seeing...
If I would be an editor, then I would see those panels.
Exactly. So for the moment, we will just hack it. I will be your extended hand for editing.
Yes.
Also, how do I hide myself? Mute my audio, stop my video. No. Hide self view. Perfect. I did it. Oh, okay, we're back in the game. Let me just quickly check how it looks in my OBS. It still looks great. Okay, continuing. So when I select this parent frame that has auto layout option on, so on the right side, one more thing that I would like to know is how do I enable my cursor, this green line? I'm trying to figure out. It's just M. No, M is enabling. Never mind. I need to prepare better for next time. There's too many tools I'm using simultaneously. Okay, let's go back to auto layout. So I'm selecting parent frame over here, and then on the right we have auto layout. We know that the auto layout is on because this little button is on. We don't want to resize to fit. That would just contract it to whatever space children need. I on purpose manually extended this box because I want to show you alignment. I think that's very easy to understand. So I have like a clutter of child elements. This is the wrapper, and you know this definitely corresponds with whatever is happening in my auto layout, right? But if I press like then I you get the picture. So this is easy to understand. But for alignment to work, container, like this parent container, needs to be bigger than the children in its container. You will probably not use this alignment too often. I mean, it really depends what are you designing, but I personally only ever use like these top two options. Like if my parent frame is a little bit taller than children, and sometimes it can happen in design, then I just put it in the middle just to center it, or just leave it in a default, like top left, wherever they are. I don't usually need anything with that in my design. But okay, now let's try different things. So by default, and also in Flex, like in development, row is like the standard. So they took that in Figma as well. They just transport, like they literally made out of this coding experience like few buttons that do the same thing. So now it's going horizontally. As we can see, children are going horizontally. But I wanted to stack them like this in column. So, I mean, you can just press this and exactly that happens. And then this third option is called wrap. So this is one of the properties I mentioned. You can say to children, never go to second row. Or you can tell them it's okay to wrap around the container. Like you can figure your way around it. So if I would just have like this, they wouldn't wrap, so they would basically cut. So if I reduce the parent frame, you see it's cutting. This is definitely not what we want to do, especially if we have clip content on, then we will actually even lose this one. So I will put it back on, but what I will do is I will turn on wrap. So basically we're effectively telling it's okay to find your way in your parent container. And this last one exactly did that, because it was clipping like over, and because this, oh my gosh, just a second, I need to take a little bit of sip, I'm talking too much. And because we told it it's okay to wrap around parent container, it just went into a second row. Okay, I will stop here. So far so good. What do you think?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see if I can give you editor rights.
There was a button that I could request it.
Request it, please.
Yeah.
I never use free Figma, so I actually don't know how intermittent. Yay! Now you are also an editor, and now we will do an exercise. I will not go into more advanced topics about auto layout, such as minimal and maximum size of children. That's for in 5 minutes. But here, if you check my designs, so I'm coding this app. It's period tracker. It's actually in test flight, so anyone who wants to test it out, like it's already working. If you have iOS, you can totally use it. But anyways, those are two things. So I will activate outline mode just to comment the structure a little bit, because when you think about auto layout, you need to turn off your brain for visual. You need to start thinking about parent container, child contain, like items inside, and then directions. And then after that, spacing. So for example, if I zoom in a little bit more over here, you can see that like outside, you wouldn't know that these two designs are actually different in its structure, right? Left and right. But if I turn on outline mode, you can see that something is up on the left side, like they have a lot more lines. And this is because I put more auto layouts here, and practically none here. So to demonstrate, if I would, let's say, oh, I have one more option in this section. Let me duplicate last row because I will just then change the title. It just duplicated in space because it has no auto layout. So you don't want to select everything as a designer and then like moving it down, like blah, blah, blah. That's so no, don't nobody should do that in 2025. But this one, so see, if I click on it, first it has like this master container, right? And then I'm thinking about this master container. Okay, every section will be basically its own item, and I want to stack it in a column, one after the other. So what I did is I put like all these sections, see, and of course direction is vertical, so arrow down. And then of course you can change your spacing, yada yada. But then if you dig deeper, let's say this section, this is another auto layout because, for example, everyone should use almost exclusively auto layouts in their designing today for responsiveness reasons, and so it's easy to maintain and change the interface with like just deleting or adding things rather than, you know, stretching and, you know, aligning everything from scratch. So this is also auto layout, and I'm thinking about this auto layout again as two rows. One is title and one is like these options that I have. Okay, so I have that as well. And then if I dig deeper, again, auto layout is here. These items will stack like this, so in a column. So arrow down option. And then every item inside, of course. What was my point here? Well, basically, yes, like I want it to stack vertically, and it does actually that because I'm choosing this option. Okay, so now my longish monologue is done. What I want you to do is I want you to repair this design a little bit, and I will watch. Maybe it's like a big jump of like from nothing to you know, let's fix the whole design. I will just give you 2 tips that I use in my everyday designing that save me hours of work. So let me show you just how I would fix this, and then I will let you do it. So the task is fix the whole layout of this page. Might seem intimidating. It's actually not. It's actually a few clicks with the mouse. So how I would do it, I would select. I always first start from the farthest, like the deepest group of elements in hierarchy. You can think of it like this. So of course I will not first start from top because that would influence everything. Like every entity over here would be stacked in some way in auto layout, and I don't want that because I want different directions and different gaps, right? So you always need to reverse, go from the, you know, farthest down in hierarchy and then climb your way up. So I will select these options. We said that's one auto layout. Shift A. Perfect. And I want spacing to be 4 because that's better than 3. And then I will select, like I'm climbing my way up until I get to the master frame, right? Okay, and I want these two. So these two, I'm pressing shift and selecting this auto layout with my like options. And now I'm pressing shift A. So now we got another auto layout, right? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on this one, and I'm gonna press shift, click on the title, shift A. This is auto layout. So we now need to have like very clean, you know, children and their parent wrappers. So first I'm okay, you know what? You will do this. Can you finish? You saw what I did so far.
Yeah.
Can you try the same thing with customize?
Yeah.
And
Do we?
yeah, go ahead.
But this one already has out the
Yeah,
layout.
like these options, they are already fixed, but I want you to repeat what I did. So basically these rows. Okay, so let's stop here. So now customize and these two options are in one container. But
Yeah.
I want you to have different spacing between these options and the title. So how would you do that?
Now, yes.
But talk
So
with me through every step.
yes. Okay. So control Z.
Mm-hmm.
So this control Z. I can. Why doesn't cancel?
Not sure. Let me know what you're working on right now. I can't see.
Ah, okay. I just wanted to deselect. Okay, so now I will select this bleeding days
Just a second.
container.
Let me. You have you made a frame here. I'm just gonna clean it up for you so you can start from scratch. Okay. Now you can go. Yeah.
Okay, so first I will select this container,
Mm-hmm.
and then together with this container, and I would add auto layout,
Yes.
and there is a space 4 in
Yes.
between those.
Yes.
And then in addition, we will add this title, and then it's 16. I don't remember what was.
It
There
doesn't
is
matter.
12.
It just has to be
Ah,
a
okay.
bit different than these options. Okay. Let me inspect what you did. So, this is like a parent container for customize. We have direction here, yeah, and we have 16, perfect. And then inside we have, yes, this is good. Direction down, spacing a bit different. Okay, you did it. Let's make this harder. So I'm gonna be an asshole, and I'm gonna do this. Oh no. Um, let's see. Oh wait, this is already working. Um, let me try to fuck it up real fast because we didn't talk about resizing. Okay, I think I managed to ruin it now. Yes, I did it. Okay, so one tip: you never want to, not never, but usually you don't want to manually drag auto layout. Like if you manually touch this auto layout and drag it somewhere, expand it or shrink it, you introduce probably issues for yourself because it's no longer responsive per se. Because when it comes to dimensions over here, you have width and height. So, so basically, if you manually adjust something, you are hard coding. Basically, you're setting specific things in Figma, and then if you start, adding items or you want to achieve some different effect, you will probably need to change dimensions options into something else. So I want to see how are you gonna fix this issue. So basically over here what I did, we don't need to change anything into this auto layout. Here if you see a number, that means it's like hard coded. It's this. Like you can change things around it, like it's its own parent. It will just stay like this. So you have two more options. You have hug, which means just shrink around the content inside. So if you have like fold for I can show you in simpler example over here. Just a second. So over here, I can say let's first shrink it so it fits. when you press this shrink, it will hug automatically, but I want to ruin it, so we would fix it. Okay. So I manually dragged this parent container, and what happened? This is hard-coded value. Like usually we don't want that. So we want our layout either to fill the space of its own parent, or we want it to shrink around its children. That's the thing we usually want to do with auto layout. So we want to hug, so snap around the children. So if I would do one more, this parent container would just like, okay, we have one more, let's just wrap around this new one, right? So following, yeah, want to ask something?
No.
Oh no, meeting will end in 10 minutes. It's horrible. We'll have to rejoin. Anyway, so in this customize, so now, so this width is fixed. But how would you make? We don't want to change the width of this frame with auto layout. I want you to set the children inside to fill its parent. How would you do that? I didn't show you that. I just want you to try it on your own.
So for children to fill the parent, then if I select just children, then there is this fill container, and then it extends.
Press it.
I did.
You did. Okay.
Yeah.
But let me tell you this. If you click on container of these options, bleeding predicted days, you can see that inside, yes. So if something is not expanding, you need to drill deeper, and then, yes, you got it. You got it. I didn't even have to finish the sentence. This is great.
Yeah, one more level down, yes.
Yes. I want you to do the same with customize title.
Customize.
It's already.
It actually has fill. Yeah,
it's already.
It has fill content.
Perfect. Okay, and now I want you to. So right now, these items are 382, 382. I want you to resize customize back to 382. Oh, sorry. The whole section customize, not just the title. The section itself. Yeah. Whoa. So
I did hack content, and it's happened something.
Yeah, we don't want to hug content just yet, because if you hug content, that means that the content inside needs to have a width. But if width of every content is fill, they don't. You see, like the parent cannot hug content if the content is trying to expand to its parent. Do you get it? So so if you set that your children are feeling the size of its parent, and you said and you say to parent, oh, but now you hug children, nobody has size. So and then happens, right? So something needs to have some width, right? Okay. So I want you to manually change the size of a section customize to 382. So basically hard code.
Is it this max width?
No. We don't talk about max and min width yet.
Okay, so just 386 manually.
Perfect.
Okay.
And I'm not now gonna be a good buddy, and I will return this back as it was. Perfect. Now I want you to continue fixing notify section, account section, and about section, how we started with customize and how I showed you in the beginning.
So I would select this container, and I would select notify and add auto layout.
So what would happen if you would duplicate this days before period starts? What would happen if you select it and duplicate? Okay.
Well, It's overlapping because this one doesn't have any auto layout.
Yes, so we will come to notify in 1 second. Let's finish the account and about then first.
Okay. And this one together.
Mm-hmm.
And auto layout.
Yes. Try with Shift A.
Edit.
Yes.
Okay.
Much faster.
This one,
Shift A. And just
this one,
Shift A. Yes. Okay. Now select all of the sections. I want you to select all the sections. Connect, period, customers, notify, account, about. And put them. Yes, perfect. And now try to duplicate days before period starts. Then
it should push down.
Yeah.
No, yes.
One thing that I wanted to show, let me, so people would see this on camera. So, in this frame 69, lol. So we have notify and 2 frames. But the thing is, we have 8 as like spacing. We said that the spacing between title and section and like these options is 16, but then options have a little bit different. So what you can do is you can now select like this or in interface and press Shift A, and then we said that it's 4 between these. That's it. This is how we can fix. We needed to nest it a little bit more because we only had one option. So you know this container for options was missing.
Sure.
How much more do we have before Zoom tosses out? It doesn't say.
4 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't say anywhere.
It says on the top for me, 4 minutes.
Yeah, yes. I see it. It's like so tiny. Okay, we have a little bit over 3 more minutes. Do you have time to meet again this week to continue? Because I would like to have a little bit more advanced topics and prepare a little bit better, min, max, and some other options with auto layout and tips and tricks.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I can do Wednesday.
But we can find a day offline. Let's not put this into video.
Sure.
They don't need to know about our free times. But okay,
yeah.
If we stop over here, can you tell me, was this helpful for you?
In the beginning, I was a bit lost because I had to switch between browser and Zoom to see the panel, what buttons are you talking about. Then I do know something about auto layout, like because I was playing with it hands-on. So, but then when you like ask these questions, I have to really like pay attention because nobody ever before like challenged me, you know, do something. It's usually me like trying those things out. Yeah, but it was useful, and if we will have some more advanced exercises. Also, usually I have a question. So for example, these icons, you already added those to auto layout. But if there is a situation that you created auto layout that have these icons, but icons have no auto layout, and then you want to copy paste something, and then it's usually a mess. So is it to solve this, you have to go down to each level to add auto layout?
Well, it depends. It really depends what you're building. So if we take this as an example, like this row, this option. So do you mean? So this is how I composed it. This is my structure. Is it the best? No, and also there is something behind it. But okay, let's not clean that. So if I can ungroup this. My computer is a bit slower because it's doing so many things. So we have this, and also, okay. So tell me, like in this example, what would you want to do and what would happen?
So you have this now auto layout for the whole thing, but the elements inside don't have auto layout. And then for some reason, you just want to add something, some icon inside.
Like let's put like more icons. Wait, just a
Yeah,
second.
yeah,
Like this.
yeah, for example. But then because you don't have auto layout inside, and then you add something, then it just like becomes a mess.
Well, when you think about auto layout, it's always like inside. By the way, our call will end soon. Let's rejoin the same call. I'm just. Do you have the link? Okay, so we had like a little Zoom break. So let's go back to this notify section. So uh, when you say auto layout, like auto layout applies to children inside, like everything. Like if this is container, everything inside is conforming to properties of this auto layout. So so explain me a little bit more. Like what would you want to do? Like let's say we want to have two icons.
Yeah, just if you want to add more elements inside auto layout,
Mm-hmm.
but they in among them they don't have auto layout.
What
So then
exactly
when you
would
add something more, then it just
okay, so I'm like adding more, and obviously this is not what you wanted to have here, right? Because now it's
uh-huh.
going like
Yeah.
over it, yada yada. How we could fix this? We could wrap it, but that's maybe not what we want. So I'm just gonna delete these extra icons, and I'm gonna go back and explain the importance of digging your way from farthest element back to top. You never go, I mean, you can go, but it's so much harder to go from top and then make auto layouts all the way to the last item. It's so much easier to go from bottom up, because every time you apply auto layout, everything gets reshuffled. So
Mm,
this is probably what's confusing to people. So if I would like to have, how would you? Okay, there's like a quick task for you. You see, I have icon here, text,
mm,
text, icon. I want, this is a task for you. I want that icon on the left and text have spacing of 0. I want one day before an icon to have spacing of 0, but I want all the items to spread to ends of its parent. How would you do that? Knowing what you
mhm.
know.
Okay, so this icon and
And
this text.
remember, always, climb your way up. That's something that's good to remember.
So this
Before
is
clicking,
frame.
anything,
Yeah.
let's talk about it. How would you do it?
Mm, I would try to find this icon and days before and then like group them in the auto layout.
Very good.
Yeah.
And then
And then this one day and this right icon also group
very good.
as auto layout.
Let's do
And
that.
then,
Let's
yeah.
let's figure this last part. The last part is a little bit like, let's call it advanced. So we will get to that.
Okay, so this icon is already
Yeah, the
here.
icons as a topic in design is completely different topic. Just accept it as it is over here. It's correct.
Mm. Okay, so this one and this
Mm-hmm.
one together.
Yes, perfect.
And
Put
then you
spacing
have
0.
here eight.
Yes. Now
It's like,
this one.
okay, this one and this one together.
Yes.
0.
Yes.
And then
And then
they're supposed to be to the end of
yes.
parent.
So
Aha.
where would you find that option? Like what first comes to? Oh yes, yes. And then
16. But
wait. Let me click on it to see what you did. It would be good if we
I
would
just
see.
put 0.
Okay, so let's see what you did. So it's wrap. It's in the middle. Fine. So which option did you set?
I just put space 0.
Okay, fine.
Padding, yes.
You touched padding. No. Let's put back padding. Padding is a different topic. That's for another day. What I
Okay.
want you, without touching padding, I want days before and day before, I want these sections that you just created to spread on the edges of the parent. So if I would stretch parent like this, they would always be on the edges.
Mm. Then maybe try in here this middle space like auto.
Perfect.
No?
Yes, that's exactly. Yeah. So if you stretch, if you now stretch this element that's selected, we can test it if it would happen like that. Try to stretch it a little bit on the right. Yeah, it works. It does exactly
Okay.
what I asked you to do. Perfect. Good job. No, we mastered also what auto means in gap. So if you put the one thing with this auto is you can only have, like, if you want to put items on the edges of a parent container, you only are allowed to have 2 children because the third one will be then centered in the middle.
Mm.
So if you are looking, like, this is very common situation in design. You have like some row, and then you have like some text, and then you have some value, and then some icon like this, like chevron here. So you always wanted that title goes there, and value and chevron goes there. Auto is perfect for that. But 2 children, that's a hot tip for everybody. If you put there are use cases where you would use gap auto and then have 3, 4, 5 million, but not today and not for this example. Okay, I will stop here. By the way, before we wrap this episode, right now wrap is on, but nothing is wrapping, and that's because of our setup. There is nothing to be put in a next row. That's fine. If you want just like cleaner Figma files, you can only put it like where you want it to go, because in these rows we don't really want items to wrap. That would be very weird in mobile design, unless we are making something that should go in another row, but in this example, no. Okay, so how do you feel about auto layout today, now?
I'm feeling good, but then there is still something to learn. Maybe for the next time, how do we make the main container also to extend
Okay,
this frame, the white one?
we did a initial setup for that, and then in
Yeah,
next episode we will try to apply what we learned on the whole design, so it's like super responsive. Like no matter how you twist it, break it, and turn it, it will always find a way to look okay.
yeah,
By following the same logic I talked about today, it's possible to apply it like on a grand scheme of things, like on the parent frame of everything. But we will try that with our own little hands next time.
yeah.
So overall, was this genuinely useful? I need to prepare more.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this was good. I know that I need to prepare more. We had a good example to tackle, but yeah, next time it's going to be much more better, and I will prepare exercises for you. Plus, you can bring your own problems, and we will try to talk about them and then solve it.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you so much for doing this pilot episode with me. I hope that it will be of anger. And sorry, it's lagging a little bit. What did you say?
No, I just wanted to say that it's always good to pair with another designer to have this kind of little bit learning and sparring session and challenging. So
Yes.
because this is my life experience that I'm like learning by myself all the time and nobody to talk to or ask to, So
this is perfect
great.
because we need to talk. Because there's usually, not usually, I think in most cases there are many ways to implement something. There is not one perfect
Yeah,
way. For something,
yeah.
sure, but like it's usually, I could this notify section, I could group this auto layout differently. Depends what effect I want to achieve.
Mm.
So yeah, many solutions, many good solutions. So it's not that one solution is like way to go. Usually there are a lot more. But okay, thank you so much.
Thanks to you.
This was fun for me, and we will talk offline about the next episode where we will learn more and tackle a little bit more advanced topics of auto layout.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Thanks to you. And yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.